The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reports that women make up 46% of the total labor force in the United States. But the playing field is far from level for women in the workplace around the world. Here in the U.S., women still earn only 78 cents for every dollar earned by their male colleagues. And in women in the top-level executive and managerial positions, they earn less than 72% of what men in those same positions make. And the statistics are not much different on a global scale. In fact, 4 in 10 businesses worldwide have no women in senior management positions. Globally, women earn less than men in 99% of all occupations. But as full-frame contributor Sandra Hughes reports, equal pay is not the only challenge women are grappling with in the workplace today.
So I was thinking which ones I'm going to order.
Oh, great.
Which pieces.
Trey Hazlett owns a lingerie store in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I want to get that.
That's stunning.
That's beautiful. Like, I like the way the lace hangs.
Didem Bash Bilge owns a medical tourism company in Istanbul.
What's your eye sign? Are you minus or plus?
And Maki Abe owns a consulting business in Tokyo.
そのフィールドを作っておきたい女性にとってっていうふうには強く思いました。
These working moms are continents apart, but say they share a common problem: gender bias in the workplace.
When you're fighting for your position, you give up something. It's not always equal.
実際的には女性っていうのはまだまだ子供を産んで育ててビジネスで活躍するというような考えっていうのが家庭に入るというような風潮っていうのがはっきりは言いませんけれども色濃く残ってるんじゃないかなというふうに思ってて。
I have 5 for 20 panties right here. In most people's eyes, they feel that a man would be more successful in different, with different businesses.
These are sentiments heard around the world, even in 2014.
Actually, what the literature calls it now is second-generation gender bias. So it's still present, but it's just much more subtle than it was for, say, our generation, where we were sort of really cutting the path for women in the workplace.
Trey Hazlett says to grow her business, she's had to fight for what many men take for granted.
With me, it's like, where is the money?
She was repeatedly turned down when she sought lines of credit for her lingerie boutique. And about that myth of having it all, the balancing act of motherhood and career is never perfect, according to Hazlett.
Aaron, your food is ready.
And she's letting her daughter in on the secret.
I don't teach my daughter that everything is like a candy land. I try to be realistic with her.
The reality for many women around the globe is that the corporate world doesn't give them the flexibility they need to raise a family. So millions of women have become entrepreneurs out of necessity. In just the developing world, a 2010 study found between 8 and 10 million businesses owned by women. In the United States, women-owned businesses are growing at twice the rate of other businesses. But the U.S. isn't leading the way for gender equity.
Actually, the Nordic countries are doing the best: Norway, Sweden, and Finland. They've passed policies that have mandated that there should be a certain percentage of women in, particularly at the board level of organizations, and also legislation with respect to pay.
Research shows women use their earnings to buy goods and services that improve their family's welfare and benefit the overall economy. More women in the workplace is a goal of the Japanese Prime Minister. But in Tokyo, Maki Abe says long-held traditions influence senior management.
男性はバリバリ仕事をして家庭を支える、女性はこう家を守るって、そういうのがこうまだ概念とある人たちがこう上のに行っているので、その意識っていうのはやっぱりこう強くあって、ただそれを打開していくにはやはり女性自身の一番意識改革っていうのが求められているとは思うので。
In Turkey, that's what Didem Baş Bilge has done. She says running a business often means embracing a non-traditional role.
You organize everything from A to Z, so you sometimes fight with taxi drivers, sometimes you fight with the hotels, so you become like bossy. And I'm like a small skinny girl shouting here and there in order to make things proper.
The lack of available daycare for working moms forced her to start her own daycare center and move her business into the same building.
I have a kindergarten and a baby and a medical tourism company.
These women and more around the globe are hearing the same message. If women want gender equity in the boardroom and beyond, they need to make it happen. Because even in the most progressive countries, they say it's still a man's world. For Full Frame, this is Sandra Hughes in Los Angeles.